I'll just stop dead in my tracks.
You love Lollipop ladies, that's why.
Nothing wrong with the Lollipop ladies.
Well, they let the kids across the road for
great
school.
job. They do a great job.
Exactly.
Lollipop ladies versus JDK. Well, they do.
They do.
Won't somebody please think of the children? Lollipop ladies do.
They do.
We're going to get straight into game number 3 of Uplink on Biolab. This is potentially the last game in the series. It is a best of 5 here. We've got Lollipop ladies leading the way. 2 games up their sleeve. They're chilling and they're smashing things along the way. JDK on the back foot. They really need to make a move.
Well, obviously, Gundi is the head Lollipop lady, captain of the team, so he's letting the children across, the 18 and over children, obviously, for this competition. And they're just leading them through the victory. Obviously 2-0 up now onto the third map of Uplink Biolab. And what we saw on the respawn game talk, especially on this same map, I think we're going to see something similar depending on if these people have learnt their basketball skills yet.
Yeah, well, they probably got their NBK practice in last night. If we saw Val, you guys might know him as Hunter, H220, just got the first dunk through for his team. 2 points on the board in the first minute. That's pretty quick, considering other Uplink games we've seen.
I noticed something really, really good then. Obviously, he knew where they were spawning, and we obviously know where they spawn. Most people do. Once he took them off the respawn, they were spawning in where that kind of second hardpoint area is. He had the presence of mind to jump, bounce, and then pull up his riot shield, so he was obviously protected from any shooting, and that's actually really, really smart, and I think that's a great play.
It's a really smart play, and I'm just waiting for the chat to light up. I was kind of avoiding the talk of the riot shield, but we've got to talk about it. It's a legitimate strategy, and in fact, it played very, very well for him. As he just pointed out, Naked, I think that satellite was just thrown out there. I've got to remind myself, it's a satellite, just in honor of the man Bioacid. It's a satellite. So the satellite has been reset, and I'll say satellite a few more times just to give it to him. I've got to avoid these inside jokes. So now, moving on, Textbook Tate's here. We're watching him. He's in here in the Biolab. He's watching that the player with the satellite move towards him. That was Val, aka Hunter. He took him down pretty quick, and as you can see, he's going to be resetting it, because obviously, legitimate strategy there, just resets it a lot quicker at an instant halfway across the map.
I think we've seen that legitimate strategy happen so many times yesterday, while people were actually shooting for the other goal, though.
Exactly. Instead of see, they weren't missing. It was just they were calling it
stalling for time.
It was a strategy, you know. They were behind, but they were stalling for time. So we're with Val, aka Hunter. He's just here outside of purple. He's going to be moving along to the cuts here. He does pick up that satellite. He was dropped very quickly there by Posika, who now has the satellite in hand. He's going to be running towards Biolab, moving his way towards the tunnel here into red. There was a player just behind him. He was fully stunned as well. His Exo's got a reboot here. However, he was able to make it out of there. Goes for the throw. He doesn't have a strong enough arm, though, and it didn't make it through. So our score still sits at 2-0 with Vozzy making a run.
Does he even uplift?
Does he even uplift? I like it. Macca's is getting dropped there on the snow, so we've got the yellow building in place just to add that extra element, as we do like. Nearly all of Lollipop was just taken down then, but look at this. No satellite in the hands of JDK.
Yeah, obviously didn't have the really good map position after dying with all 4 of them, but I just think you need to be playing really aggressive. You need to have your guys split out, so you got to capitalise on those 4 downs. Obviously, if you're not aware of where the ball is, or sorry, the satellite, let me just make sure I know satellite.
Yep.
If you don't have the right area and you're not around it, it's just going to be hard to capitalise on those 4 downs, and eventually they're just going to respawn up and you're back to square one.
I totally agree. Vozzy here, he's getting surrounded. There is a player just on the other side of yellow, gets the teammate to go out and challenge him. That was nice work. The bait and switch there as Light charges out to take down Tate's. Posika getting dropped as well, and this we should be all clear for Vozzy to dunk it in for another 2 points. So before you know it, our score is 6-0 with still a minute 30 left in the half.
I'm pretty sure we've seen a very similar run to that with Crimsix. I think it might have been the UMG or it was MLG. He had a great run. I'm pretty sure that was close to the route, and it was probably one of the plays of the tournament to win the map. It was just so good to watch, and that was very, very the shades of that exact play happening there.
Yeah, Posika needs to watch himself. He was just getting attacked by the player that was on top of purple there. That was, of course, Light. He did drop down in the cuts now. There's going to be a player right in front of him coming out of bio. Spots him, a player on the flank now. He needs to watch himself, and he does. Nice turn there to take down the player. That was Textbook Tate. So Light is currently on the 5-point streak right now. Hunter with the satellite in hand. He's making a move. He's just gone past the cuts. Long range shot. Is it going to go through? No, the bounce doesn't go through either. So your score is still going to sit at 6-0. But look at these shots coming out from Val. He's got the satellite in hand again. Can he make it? He does go through. Nice work there, just on the death. He carries it through, corpse and all, to get another 2 points with 30 seconds left in the half. 2 more points, and we might see this half ended early.
Yeah, I'd actually like to see that. I'd like to see when the half ends early. Obviously, it's a big kick in the face of the other team that, yeah, you just got dominated. We made the game end early, so it's probably a good momentum thing, but I think they're going to continue either way with this dominance that they've had pretty much through the whole series.
Even if they don't, you know, 8-0 at the half's a pretty big smack to the chops just in itself.
It's not 10-0 though. 10-0 is...
Look, you've got me on a technicality. 8-0 is not as good as 10-0. Yeah, you've got me. So 8-0 will be the score at the half as Lollipop are looking very strong. They've led the whole way ever since this hard point. They've taken out the first 2 games. 8-0 at the half. It looks like it's all Lollipop. It's going to be quite the miracle for JDK to come back.
Yeah, well, an interesting stat, I think it was for MLG Anaheim, it might have been, or what was it, Columbus the first one this year? Might have been Columbus actually. The team that outslayed the other team won 93% of the games. And we're seeing that today, and we've seen it all yesterday. They're outslaying them, and they're winning the game. So, pretty much the key indication for any team is you want to be getting the most kills. If you're not getting the most kills, you haven't got a great chance of winning the game.
Yeah, so you're right. We're jumping back over with Hunter here from the Lollipop squad, and he was just taking down Textbook Tade's able to pick up the nice 2-piece there. He is full Red follows it up with a third. I thought he was going to go for the team down, but no, it was going to be Prosika to get that final kill. Nino with the satellite in hand. Now that they've swapped sides on the map, hopefully he can get this long-range satellite through, and look, the bounce just didn't go down right. And unfortunately, it's going to be sitting there in the snow, and they weren't able to capitalize and get that 1 point. We've got Light here from the Lollipop squad once again going 12 for 6. He himself goes for the long-range throw. These guys really need to learn how to throw this satellite. He was just taken down there by Nino Matic. He's going 9 for 14. He's on the 2-point streak. Just checking out who's around here. He's going to be walking into the biolab, strutting through like he owns the place. Goondy getting a kill in the background on Pasika. Nice work by him. Finds another player, follows it up by taking down Textbook Tates. We've got Hunter as well, taking down Squashy. He's going to be jumping over here onto the green cat, jumping up high, just looking out near this blue building. There is a bit of activity around the back. Light was going to be taken down there by Nino Matic. Pasika also getting the kill on Hunter as well. Not going to phase Goondy though, as he's going to be backing up Vozzy. He was making a nice run there, but Goondy's still alive here, and he's just chilling in the fight, building a player coming into his right, and he tries to get the explosion there to weaken the opponent, and he does. Textbook Tate's been taken down. He's now on the 4-point streak. Light, the man with the satellite in hand, he's going to be trying to run through into this red area and running around. He's going to be going through for the dunk here. Light, the man with the satellite in hand. Yeah, did you like it? Thought of that. Did you like that?
All week.
Accidental Eminem, mate. I'm smooth. And Goondy, did you see that? We actually saw Goondy just pick up the big 3-piece before dying, going 22 for 12. Light 14 for 8. 11-0 is your score at the moment, and we've got Hunter with the satellite in hand. He's going to be making a run over on top of Green Cat. He's making a run, throws it through to make it 12-0.
He's definitely had the best shooting of all the players we've probably seen this weekend, I'd say. A lot of the people have been missing, and it's those 5% of plays, those 1 and 2 points every time that make the difference.
Yeah, it really is. And we're just looking at Goondy here. He's been cleaning up this game. 24 for 12. He's going double money right now. As I say that, he was taken down, but he was on a nice little spree there. Yeah, well,
they've just been dominating like this whole game, really. They've only got 4 points maybe this half, but I don't think they're on the greater half, but they've had pretty much control the whole game. If they had a possession sort of like you see in soccer games and whatnot, you'd see that I'm pretty sure Goondy and Co have had at least 60 or 70% of the ball easily, and finally they put one on the board there. 2 minutes to go. It might be too little too late, but hopefully, I think even if they string it together, they can't win.
Yeah, I don't think they can. 2 minutes left. I think it might be. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is impossible for them to come back at this stage, and even if it was still possible by time, I just don't think this squad of the Lollipop ladies is going to let it happen. JDK have just not really brought their A game today, and being quite dominated by this Lollipop squad. Nina Matic is still going to try and get some points on the board, at least to, you know, maintain a little bit of dignity against the Lollipop ladies. And I mean, who wants to lose to the Lollipop ladies?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Textbook Tates now, he's up here on the green roof. He was able to take down Hunter before Vozzy cleans him up. We're over with Light from the Lollipop Ladies squad. Tries to get some shots out the window. Not going to happen though. Vozzy now with satellite in hand. Just over a minute left. He's running through the green roof. Can he get some more points through? He's going to dunk it through. And he does. Almost being taken out. But he does get them through. So 15-2 is your score with a minute left. This is going to be all Lollipop ladies, and
it's from the start, really.
It really has been.
What I like to see is they've dominated pretty much all 3 maps. So this wasn't one of the teams that we expected to do very well. So I think this is going to bring a great matchup for round 3, and I think they're going to be some upsets. There's a chance that this team can pull off a really big upset. They weren't just better than the other team, they were quite convincingly better than the other team.
Yeah, well, on this side of the bracket, of course, you're seeing the likes of Avant-Garde and I think Integral's on the top side of the bracket. So we've still got Avant-Garde and Citadel.
Citadel,
yeah. So there's some big names on this side of the bracket. So Lollipop Ladies looking strong now, but when they come against these big names in CoD, it's going to be interesting to see how they play out. But, you know, look, credit to JDK. They still put up a good fight. Unfortunately, it is going to go to Lollipop Ladies. So Lollipop Ladies going to win this series 3-0. There are still a couple of points on the board there for JDK. So it looks like it's going to be ended here 15-4. Lollipop Ladies the whole way, and they're going to progress through to round 3 here in Australia Qualifier number 2. They can make their way through a few more rounds. They might find their way out of our Asia Pacific Championship. Dates and information still to be announced on that tournament, but I dare say it's going to be quite the tournament indeed. Don't forget, the top 3 teams from that event will go through to the World Championships held in LA in March. So exciting stuff there. So all 3 maps, Biolab Recovery and Biolab once again, all going to Lollipop Ladies. They look really strong. What were your overall thoughts of the series, Naked?
I thought the only really close part of the game was the very first few hard points on Biolab. Then after that, they pretty much took control, and I don't really think they let up at one point at all. So that's going to be a great momentum going into the next game. Obviously, I think they verse the winner of an Envy and then whoever plays off in the match before. That's going to be a completely different aspect. You're not versing a team of people that haven't really played together, or even though they haven't had much experience together, you're versing experienced players. Obviously, Fergs has been to LA. He's been to CoD Champs before. He knows what it takes to win to get there.
Yep.
You've got Woods, who also teamed with Fergs last year for CoD Champs. You've got Puzzin, who's been in Envy with Fergs for as long as pretty much I've been with my old team.
Yep.
And then you've got the new member, Most Wanted, who I've been obviously talking up a lot, and I think that that's going to be a strong team. If they can gel together, he's going to be what's the difference for them.
So there's some strong squads in this side of the bracket, as you just mentioned. Envy, Citadel. We've got Integral on the other side of the bracket as well. So you can guarantee we've got some amazing games ahead of us, folks. So don't you guys go anywhere. I'm Maniac, joined by Naked. We're going to be back with our next series right after this.